remember how last night I told you guys about the Jago and Lightfoot stuff. I'm listening to the Mahogany Murderers. Man, it's good. The Mahogany Murderers was so good. So good. And it totally sowed the seeds for them having a spin-off adventure later. So I'm in the studio right now getting ready for another interview tonight. And then I've got one tomorrow. Interviews everywhere. Great thing about the person I'm going to interview this time is that they kind of share the exact same passion I have. I mean, it's bizarre. By bizarre, I don't mean a bad thing. I mean, this is going to be an interesting interview given that I'm probably going to understand what she's talking about completely. Because I won't give the name out. You know, I always wait until the interviews are done. But it's someone who interviews people because they're passionate about it. Sound familiar? Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. And of course, the usual nerves kick in as they always do. Although there was another factor that I thankfully got to take care of. I think I told you guys that I had run out of my acid pills that I've been getting over the counter. Well, being off of them for a while taught me something. All of the stuff, the coughing, the kind of burping and stuff like that I suspected was stomach acid, definitely was stomach acid. Because now I've been off them for about a week or two because I've just had stuff to deal with. And all the symptoms are back. So this is really a good thing. It means that I specifically know what's going on. So yeah, good thing. But yeah, anyway, I've looked over. One of the things I always do for these interviews is that, like, about 30 minutes before, I will pull up the bio on their website. Cross your fingers that they have a bio, right? But I'll pull the bio up on their website and sort of refresh myself. Some people I know who they are. Other ones I am been sent their direction and stuff like that, so I really need to study up, right? And the three people that I'm interviewing this week, there's no way I can confuse them with each other, but still. I don't get paid money for this, but I consider it a very professional thing to do. Even though I don't get paid for it, act like I am, which means do it freaking right. So yeah, that's why I pulled up the person's bio and I looked it over and got a refresh, so I'll know some things to say. But otherwise, I'm really I say this about any interview I'm doing, but I'm really looking forward to this one, because I always am. I'm passionate about all the podcasts I do, don't get me wrong. But calling it the Passion Podcast of the Samcast Network has a bit of a double meaning because, yes, it's about people's passions and stuff like that. But also, I'm really freaking passionate about doing it. I mean, if someone held a gun to my head and said, pick one, I'd probably have to pick What's Your Passion. It feels like it's the one big one. Especially considering my parents are skilled enough to where gig would carry on without me. So yeah. Love it. It's just how I feel. I haven't heard from them yet. And my Skype request hasn't been accepted either. They were sick last week, so I hope that they're okay this week. Been some nasty stuff going around.
On board. Hello,
I'm out.
Fast go. Do not touch $200.
My stats.
Talking about your man.
Your last
So I just found out from my interviewee, and their publisher got a hold of them really sudden. Needed a first draft from them, and they didn't even have the chance to check their email or anything. It was one of those situations. They apologized for it, called it an utter fail on their part, and she's gonna try to reschedule with me. But this whole thing just gives me more to talk to her about the publishing process and everything whenever we do the interview, so there we go. Point is, she's okay, so that I can deal with.